Well. Welcome back to another episode of Meant to Vent News. My name is Jaime, and there is so much been going on. Oh my goodness, I don't know where to start. But I think I do know where to start. This is for entertainment purposes only. Are we on the verge of a one world government? Back in the day, there was a speech made by Ronald Reagan, and people took this and interpreted this in many ways. But most of the ways, in a higher percentage, were leaned towards otherworldly situations. So he made some words, I don't know exactly verbatim or anything like that. Said something like, the way we would face a one world government is if we would face some sort of alien threat. And then goes on to say a sentence later, are we not under that threat already? And so people are like, oh man, all the UFOs and UAP people went nuts, right? What if he was speaking about a different alien invasion? I mean, everybody was talking about this big fraud going on in Minnesota, all these crazy things going on. Our president's trying to get all these people deported to clean up our borders because all these legal immigrants were going in here, plotting a big old attack in America. They said it was going to make 9/11 and like other wars look like, a playground or something stupid like that. And none of the news will talk about those kind of things. But all this stuff was going down. A lot of it's being, thwarted. Oh, isn't that a funny word? Like, your plan has been thwarted. And what if this alien invasion is the one that brings the one world government? But it's not the one world government that like other countries are prepared for. I'm only having fun with this right now, but there's serious things going on. But I'm just saying, our government, I've been saying this for like lots of episodes. I'm like lots of episodes in. And in my early episodes, now that I'm speaking out today, I almost feel like I'm a little bit psychic sometimes when I look back at some of my older episodes. Like I'm literally telling, like, as I thought it was like a joke earlier, like in my way earlier episodes, like in earlier hundreds of episodes ago. And I would be sitting here like, what if this and this happens, and then like this stuff is starting to happen and I got to be careful what I say now. I think I should be careful what I'm saying. But what if this is the alien invasion that brings the one world government? Stuff's going out of control. Countries are acting like they can't control themselves. It's just all going crazy. There was just peace deals a minute ago. Now everybody's just like, no, we're going to kill each other, And that would be wild. Our government spends a lot of money on its defense systems. So much so that there's like the deal in place, the law in place to where 40 years of technological advancements, get suppressed, from the public. So, our iPhones and like iPads are like nothing. They're like tinker toys. They're still like, it's like the old Dick Tracy watches and stuff. And they're letting us still play with these little tinker toys and electronics. But they're like way advanced. And some countries will find out, if you really want to do this. They are itching to use this stuff. They're like so crazy. They're like probably so sick of these simulations. They can't wait for y'all to start some shit. Just ask Venezuela. There was rumors that said that they were using weapons, sonic weapons on them and stuff. They're like their nose started bleeding and they all started feeling disoriented and shit. You saw that shit in Black Ops. It's kind of wild. Which reminds me, I think like in one of the Call of Duty games, they went into Venezuela back in the day. Dang. I just kind of thought about that. That's wild. But the army here or our defense here, whatever name or levels of government that we even know of, there's probably even like levels of that stuff that we don't know of. It's like our army, and then there's like, the Navy and all that, those suits. But then there's like levels inside of those that like, I think they said it was like 20 actual humans went over there and took care of people in like a couple hours. All right. It was like 20 humans and technology. That was like a lot of chunk of people gone. And quickly. All right. So, all these other countries are flexing all these like strength. And I feel like they were flexing all this strength because there was like programs here from previous administrations that were like just giving them so much money. They were like subsidizing them like financially to where these guys were starting to think like they was powerful and shit. Like they were like, hey, we're getting like hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars from this guy Biden and shit. Like, and like we can just buy shit and like get all ready and our weapons are cool. Like, look at this laser we got. You know, and the laser looks like it shoots one time, and like, when does it shoot the next time? Like, how fast can you shoot it? Because you shoot it one time, and then you got like all kinds of like other stuff coming at you. I don't think war is the way we should go. I think we should go backtrack. We should just backtrack it on up, you know, go back to the peace talks. Let's go back to the peace talks. And let's none of this hurry up and go into this war stuff. Like, I don't know why everybody's trying to like hurry up and get there. Like, you know, there's people that like talk about like maybe like, our future could have peace in it, you know? But a lot of these other people don't want peace. They're all just like, we want war and we want a civil war, you know? Like, and I just hate y'all. And then, like, they're just stopping. Like, people were saying our borders were out of control, you know, because of, like, illegal immigrants. And then, like, now we were getting like illegal immigrants out of there. And then people started getting mad at the people getting rid of the immigrants. And then, like, I was just really confused watching TV. Like, what? Isn't this what they said? Isn't it what they wanted? And then they were like, no. And then this guy's a fucking dictator. And we're going to have this, like, no kings protest. Dude, like, a whole bunch of episodes ago, like, I'm telling you, I was like, if you guys don't be careful, you might make this guy a king. And, like, now today, they're having, like, you go back to some of my old episodes, and I apologize for, like, the, you know, how bad they are. But, like, if you can, you know, battle through them, I was saying these things back in the day where he was like, you know, this stuff is happening right now. And this is kind of spooky, man. Spooky in a way that, like, I feel almost like I said, like, I'm, like, foretelling these. Like, it's like some weird vision. Like, my mouth just starts blabbing, and then afterwards while I'm editing, I'm like, damn, that shit just really happened just now. But why can't we have, like, you know, visions of, like, a future of peace? You know, like that Demolition Man type shit almost. Almost a Demolition Man, but not too far-fetched of things. Like, just people just being in better moods and stuff, and, like, having fun, and not worrying about, you know, missiles and wars, like, every day. Like every day. Like, there was a scene in Men in Black, you know, when he's sitting there with Will Smith. He's like, man, what are we supposed to be doing, man? The world's about to end. And the guy even told him, like, look, the world's always about to end, you know? Like, there's probably all kinds of people trying to attack our country from wherever, all angles of the planet, of all over the place. And the fact that they're able to, like, you know, keep us safe should make you feel safe. Instead of, like, making a TikTok every 4 seconds, you know, because you hear something, because now information is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my gosh, the U.S. just took another oil tanker. But yeah, it was the defense of our country, dummy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, the weather, it looks like the sky was pink. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes seasons change. You know what I'm saying? Like, just wait, give it a minute. It might come back we might get back in a minute. You know what I'm saying? This 3-eye Atlas satellite is going to fucking communicate. It ain't doing shit. It's just passing by. It's another fucking thing in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Epstein files. Don't worry about it. We ain't never going to get the shit. Okay, just forget about the files. And then, you know, they already forgot about them. What's going on in Minneapolis is like a crazy big distraction for some other crazy shit they're doing. There's probably some crazy deals going on right now while y'all are sitting here faking riots. And I think it's crazy that all these people, you know, there's been conspiracy theories back in the day during every time that, you know, the time of our pandemic. Okay, people were saying a lot of skeptical things and facing a lot of backlash from, you know, whether people were vaccinated or unvaccinated and like other things like that. You know, people were been just battling, putting lines in the sand, and like all these things were going on. But during this time, a lot of these facts have been coming out, studies have been coming out. Now there's more information. You know, we're prepared more for, you know, sicknesses in the future and all these other crazy things. But during this time, a lot of people supposedly were withholding some negative information and negative statistics and real science and things like that, where people were getting hurt. There were some bad side effects. There was weird things going on. A lot of conspiracy theories. There were some weird stories about what was in the contents of some of these things, like nanotech, some like venom looking weird shit. It was like some black stuff that looked like venom. And they said you can control it from the outside. And then I'm like, man, that sounds really far-fetched, right? That sounds bananas that you would even think about because of some super creative thing like that. Like, why aren't you making movies and books and writing novels, right? So some suspense novels. But then you're watching what's going on right now and at the chaos, and some things don't seem so far-fetched right now. Like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I find it strange that when all those rumors were going on, and they were rumors at the time, but now studies are coming out, this kind of stuff's kind of wild, and people are, you know, things are coming out, more and more information's coming on. Not validating this stuff at all, just saying more information is coming out. But I just find it really strange that all of a sudden, whenever these people disagree with our current leadership, that people can just turn a switch almost. It's like almost a switch turns on and there's a riot. It's like there's a switch turns on and there's a protest. Like you can just flick a switch and do it. Like you don't have to like it just like in 24 hours you can just have it going on like a push of a button. Like he's got the Diet Coke button in his office and they got a protest button. It's like bing and they're out there the next day. It's kind of weird that you can just turn the switch on a whole bunch of people really fast. That's where I get that like this like those conspiracies get my gears turning when you see that kind of thing. How you can just turn on a whole bunch of individuals like that. And then you're watching some of these people, the way they react and make these strange comments that you know is like, are you for real? Like, are you seriously thinking like this? You know, like, it's kind of wild. Like, it's almost scary. Like, if our president decides to defend oxygen right now, like, what would happen? You know, that's how crazy you think. And then you're like, why would you think like that? Like, what turned your switch on? Like, there's like, could they have turned the switch on these people? You know what I mean? And then I start putting all these conspiracies together again, and they talk about, you know, we're going to be fighting some zombies, right? These people are running around like weird, uncontrollable groups of zombies, right? I'm just trying to say, and they come on at the flick of a switch, you know? And it seems like in the movies, when you see the zombies, a flick of the switch is always somebody making noise, right? Somebody making noise in the zombie movies, and then all of a sudden the zombies are like, huh? Somebody's making noise? Somebody's trying to talk? And they fucking go over there and try to shut their asses up and eat them up, right? So that's what I feel like. This is like the same like metaphor here with reality. Like these people get to turn on the zombies. So once you come out here into public and start making some noise, these zombies all like turn on, like, and then all the zombies come after you, like, and then they come after your ass, and then you're defenseless because once the zombies are on you, it's almost like you have no chance. But all I know is every time I watch all these movies and series, it seems like we win against the zombies eventually. I think. But they don't stop. They seem to like develop and evolve, like almost like the T-2000s and Terminators and shit. Like they went from the slow ones to the fast ones to the, you know, whatever. And pretty soon they'll probably start talking to you and shit. They'll start talking back. Or they'll start reproducing. Like reproducing zombies would be scary. But that's something else we got to talk about in the future. But I'm just having fun with this, as like I said. But also, it's some really crazy times out there. Well, my name is Jaime, and this has been another episode of Ment Event News. Till next time, humans. See ya.